Studio with us, some person did get out. She didn't just drop by though. We had a scheduled opportunity today to talk with Vanessa Olson, not one of the twins that got kicked out. There might have been triplets at one point, but Vanessa Olson from the Downtown Austin Alliance is here.
Good morning, Deputy.
Good morning, Vanessa. Vanessa, very curious here. Before we get started, there are going to be a lot of people that have a lot of interest because we're going to be talking about the Downtown Austin Alliance.
Yes.
But you guys are not the government.
No.
So let's start with that. Okay. So if there's any complaints about government issues,
yes,
local Austin government, this is not what Vanessa Olson does. So Vanessa, I'd like to start. You wanted to talk about the future of downtown event on May 27th. What does your ideal version of downtown Austin look like in 5 to 10 years? And what role do you see the Downtown Austin Alliance playing in bringing that vision to life?
Wow, good question. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Happy to be here. So your question was, what is our vision for the future of downtown? And so we actually have a good one for this because we talk to the community.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the downtown you will always love, and that means that we love it today and we're going to love it through the next 10 years while we do a little bit of a remodel downtown, and then we are going to have a little bit of an upgraded downtown to support the growth that we've been seeing in our community for the past 15 years. So the Downtown Austin Alliance mission is to create, enhance, and preserve the vibe, value, and vitality of downtown. And right now we're seeing a lot of public investment in downtown in terms of, I-35, the Convention Center, Project Connect, the Capitol Mall. And so we're really doing some major upgrades to our city to keep us relevant, keep us vibrant, and the Downtown Austin Alliance wants to make sure that we're keeping the culture through all of that growth.
Yeah. Since we're talking vision and the leadership of the Downtown Austin Alliance, what are some of the biggest challenges you anticipate for downtown Austin's future? And how can the community, our listeners, how can they help address them?
Definitely. So I think staying informed is really important. So as far as challenges go, as I said, you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. So
yes.
We are going to be going through construction. We are going to see, trucks coming into downtown. We are going to have some lane closures. And so staying informed, listening to your traffic report every morning.
Yes.
DowntownAustin.com has a getting around section, and we're introducing some new tools.
Oh, that's
all
cool.
of these projects, there's a website called CTX Go.
Uh-huh.
The city has pulled together all these resources where you can look at a live map and see, okay, traffic's a little slow there today.
Mm-hmm.
Even so much as just using the GPS to get around to say, oh, that's different. I've noticed my commute, which has been the same for 8 years, looks a little different every day now. So staying informed, getting excited about it, because this is really an investment in our community.
Yes.
And talking to your friends about it, and then weighing in whenever you can, because there's a lot of surveys out. The city, all of these projects, we want to hear people's vision, how people want to engage. So get informed and really put your opinion out there. So
for those who are interested, the Future of Downtown, presented by the Downtown Austin Alliance, as downtown's steward and champion, they're bringing the best parts of our vibrant city to ACL Live to celebrate with our community partners, stakeholders, members, and future leaders. This high-energy event is a chance to connect, reflect, and look ahead together. Vanessa, I'm getting kind of excited. The evening will feature key insights from our annual State of Downtown report and include an introduction to our new CEO and president. Oh, that's exciting. Yes. Davon Barbour, whose perspective will help shape the conversation around the future of Austin. Guests. Oh, so you're inviting us. If y'all wonder, we're not just telling y'all about it. You're invited. Guests will enjoy an immersive experience that captures the city's creative spirit, complete with a local artist, music, light bites, and drinks. You had me I was interested already, but if you're going to have some bites and drinks, now I might stay a while. So this was created by the Downtown Austin Alliance. The Future of Downtown event brings together civic leaders, stakeholders, and community members to envision what's next for our city center. It's a platform for celebrating progress, spotlighting transformative projects, and sharing valuable data that drives decision-making across industries. At its core, this event honors the unique blend of innovation and culture that makes downtown Austin an exciting place to live, work, and invest. Now, if you guys didn't catch that, don't worry. But this is directly from their Eventbrite listing for this event. We don't talk about prices on the air, but if you guys go to it, you'll be able to see it. And I just clicked on the link. I just redirected from the Downtown Austin Alliance website.
Yes, downtownaustin.com.
So that'll be easy for people to find. Let's talk about, in some of that there, it mentioned growth and development. You mentioned it too.
Yes.
That some eggs are going to have to be.
Correct.
Yes. So as Austin continues to grow rapidly at this point, when we can't deny it. We are in rapid growth. How can we balance the economic development with maintaining the unique cultural and historic identity of downtown? Because I get that a lot. I've only lived here for 4 years, and I always hear people tell me about how it used to be. So for you guys, how can we balance from your perspective, Vanessa?
Maintaining the vibe is one of the most critical parts of our mission. And so we have a few programs for that. So we have the Downtown Austin Space Activation Program. And what this is actually a program where we have a few spaces downtown, Republic Square, and what we call our DASA space on Congress Avenue. And we are inviting folks to come in and activate those spaces. And we're talking burlesque shows, we're talking fashion shows, art shows, mercados, whatever, kids art programs, all ages. So people can come in, very low cost, rent the space, and really create their vision downtown. Bringing art downtown is one of the most critical things we do. So we have a mural program, and our latest mural is actually at Old Bakery Emporium, which is a beautiful city space. There's also art inside, created by some senior Austin residents. And so this is a beautiful and historic space where you can go and you can really see that history mixed with a new beautiful mural brought to you by a local artist, Ruben Escobar.
That's a beautiful mural too.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that mural honors the roots. So that is the Swedish history of the old bakery mixed with Ruben's Latinx culture, and which is of course the history of Austin. And then we also have our Writing on the Walls program, which is that's the Writing on the Walls mural program. And then we have musicians activating spaces, so bringing live music to downtown for free. We know that's one of the most critical things that makes Austin what it is, the live music capital.
Harrison, I like what she said there. I mean, it's intentional. It's intentional to, as she said, keep the vibe.
Yes.
Yes.
I always know that progress happens. If we didn't think that it was going to happen here in Austin, then we had our heads in the sand. It's happened in numerous other places. I'm from a state capital, and there were plenty of times where we were overlooked as a state capital because of other cities.
Exactly.
And so that's how it was in Austin. I used to live in Houston for a while, and I couldn't get anyone to come. Let's go hang out in Austin for the weekend. This was back in 2010. I couldn't get anyone because no, but this is Houston. We're the center of the universe. We got everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of curious here. You guys have lived here longer than me. What innovative strategies do you guys see in being explored to ensure that downtown remains accessible? We were talking about buses.
Yes.
And welcoming to all residents, people like me who just moved here 4 years ago, to all residents, workers, and visitors alike. What do you guys see? Vanessa, we'll start with you. What do you see there? What strategies are being explored? Because you mentioned Project Connect, and we've talked about that, and I see the usefulness.
Right.
Your thoughts?
Yeah. So definitely expanding the transit system is critical. Making it easier for people to move to and through downtown is one of the most important things we can do. you know, we don't always love to talk about parking, but there are some tools like Spot Hero where you can actually book your parking in advance for a lower cost.
Hey.
And then you know exactly where you're going.
I like that.
You know, we actually have a cultural curators program, and I think this is really important because for folks like you who are newer to the city, I remember when I was new to the city and I wanted to go downtown, but I didn't know where to go. And so we have these folks who are not influencers, but who are these curators of culture, who are these sort of connectors that you trust. And so when you see these folks and you say, oh, look, they went to this park and they had a great experience at the Mercado or the farmer's market, or they went and saw a DJ and they had a great experience, you know, maybe I could go connect and also feel safe in that space.
Yes.
And so that's what part of our DASA program is about. That's what our cultural curators program is about. Because me inviting you to downtown when you don't know me isn't really going to help. But if there's this person that you feel connected with, even if it is, you know, through your Facebook or Instagram, you're more likely to feel welcomed into that space.
Harrison, you've been here for a long time.
Yes.
How does Project Connect? How does a light rail coming in? How does that hit you?
Well, being not only a person who works downtown and a native Austinite as well.
Yeah.
I remember that, you know, capitals which traditionally were like away from the hot spots in states. The capitals were to be the places that would be the quiet places that were and other cities, like in this case Austin, the capital here in Austin. The bigger cities with the more interest were to be Houston and Dallas and even San Antonio, Fort Worth.
Yeah.
But of course we see that things have changed. The attitude in Austin for many, many years was, hey, if we don't build it, they won't come. You know, back in the 1970s, folks moved to Austin. You know, certainly Austin has always been a center for some activity, but not on the levels of a Houston or a Dallas. And this was considered a very laid-back city, and with a population doubling every 20 years.
Yeah.
One thing because of the University of Texas, not just them, but also Houston-Tillotson and the other institutions for higher learning.
Yeah.
As well as Tracor. We had, long before Dell, you know, there was Tracor, there was Motorola here. So we had a bit of that, but we're also a seat of education here. People were moving here in great droves in the 70s because of the lower cost of living. And the music scene, which was going on here before Willie and Waylon got involved. And then we'll talk, you know, I can go all day about that. But okay, but basically, to answer your point, I mean, I have worked at the Austin Visitor Center, or Visit Austin, for 32 years now.
Wow.
And we're now in the fourth location that we've operated from in the 32 years that I've been here. I've seen tourism evolve. I've seen and tourism is a vital part of Austin's economy, the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
And I've seen where people, you have to know more about the city than just what you know in your own little silo. You have to know not just what's happening at UT. You have to know what's happening at Houston-Tillotson. You've got to know what's happening, you know, in some neighborhood. You have to know just things that you would think are non-germane about Austin. You have to know these things. I guess a thing that more and more, and this is by thank goodness for people like the Downtown Austin Alliance, which I've known, you know, members of that for 30 odd years. Well, let's just say 32 years. Let's not exaggerate.
Yeah.
And it's just that we're not that sleepy little city on the lower Colorado anymore.
Right.
We are the 11th most populous city, ninth most populous city in the country right now. So the buzz is out about Austin, and it is really great that we're in this wonderful. I see we're in a renaissance here in the city. I've always thought of this as a renaissance city. And all parts of the city, specifically downtown, this is where people want to go, they want to party, they want to work, they want leisure. Transportation is a big issue in downtown. Folks want to know better ways of getting around in downtown Austin. But even ways of helping folks in downtown Austin includes not just more activities and more better transportation and parking, vital, but even little things like your sidewalks. Downtown Austin is very old. Mm-hmm. Downtown Austin is historic. The visitor center is working out of a building that was built in 1897. Is in the National Register of Historic Places. The sidewalk out front is being repaired.
Yeah.
You don't think about little things like sidewalks.
Yeah. Hey, Vanessa, when you have your Downtown Austin Alliance, what are the key insights that people should take from this May 27th event?
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we get those items out, because I have a ton of questions that I know over my time here at the studio people have called in to ask. Sure. But I want to make sure you can get your points in before I pepper you some more.
Sure. Well, I would say the theme of our event this year is breaking ground. So all of these fantastic things that we've been talking about. So like Harrison said, the word is out, we're growing. And so we're investing in some major projects to support that growth. And so we are actually going to be having those partners, the Austin Airport, Project Connect, TechStot will be there, the convention center, and so they're going to be bringing some critical information to the community. Supporting that culture through the growth is also critical. So we are giving 2 awards this year, our Award for Community Culture and our Future of Downtown Award. And we have released the names because we want people to come out and support these champions downtown. So we are honoring the Paramount Theater. Talk about maintaining culture right there on Congress Avenue, right south of the Capitol. And we're honoring Sylvia Orozco from the Mexicarte Museum. Yes. So a champion for the Mexican American Heritage Corridor right through 5th Street in downtown Austin. So we're really balancing with this event the changes that we're making to support our growth because it's here, and who has been for decades championing the culture and maintaining the culture downtown. And I think it's so critical to support those organizations because while we're trying to do culture downtown every day, these folks have been just absolutely tirelessly working to make what downtown is today.
And also, too, yes, Lydia. Oh my goodness! Hats off to Lydia. Sylvia. I'm sorry, Sylvia.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
She's a legend in downtown Austin.
She certainly is.
And I mean, the Mexicarte Museum is one of the only a handful of museums in the country that is devoted to Latin American and Hispanic culture.
Yeah.
And showcasing contemporary works of Hispanic artists. Yes. And also with the deal with the National Museum in Mexico City as well. We've got a real gem right there at 419 Congress Avenue.
Wow, yes.
Vanessa,
world class.
What role do you see, since we're talking about artists, what role do you see do you see local artists, creatives and cultural institutions playing and shaping the future of the downtown experience?
I think partnership is critical. So
The
we
arts.
partner, with Mexicarte to bring art. So currently, go to Republic Square. There are 4 calaveras brought in from Mexico City and painted by local artists. And so you can see those on display at Republic Square now. I think it's so critical. The convention center is working with local artists. We know that the community wants beauty in their public spaces. And so these artists, these local artists, will be critical in informing that culture. So we know that we're building, but the artists can inform how the spaces are beautiful, so people will want to use them and experience them. Of course, you know, we can build to bring people, but people won't come if they're not loving or having that unique experience when they get there. And that's what the artist can bring. It's a totally different perspective.
We're talking to Vanessa Olson from the Downtown Austin Alliance. Her event is Tuesday, May 27th from 4:30 to 7:30. This is ACL Live at the Moody Theater. That's 310 West Willie Nelson Boulevard, Austin, Texas. And it's the 2025 Future of Downtown. Before we get to our last couple of questions here, just wanted to make sure people have an idea of what this event is going to be like. Looking ahead, what advice would you give to young leaders or community members who want to help shape the future of downtown Austin?
Wow, what a great question. Talk to folks. Talk to folks about what they care about and what matters to them in their city, and then find ways to get involved. There are, as I said, so many different ways to share your opinion, from community meetings to online forums, and I can assure you, because I see them, they get read.
Yeah.
And so you can go to, ourfuture35.com. You can see what's going on the TechStat website. These folks, I can assure you, are working tirelessly to get information out and to also receive information. And then just ask people to have meetings. I know it can be difficult to put yourself out there, but I've been in the city for 11 years now, and I just ask different people to talk to me and learn about new things. I feel like as we get older, sometimes our worlds get smaller because we're exposed to less people. And so the more we can get out there and say, hey, what are you into? And what's your vision? What do you like? What do you care about? And just really have that dialogue. We can learn so much from one another. And honestly, smiling, we talk about what can we do to enhance downtown as we go through this period that, we're going to be honest, could be really challenging. What if you smiled at someone on the streets? We have ambassadors out there who are working every day to welcome people to downtown. Sometimes all they do is smile and welcome someone, and that completely changes someone's day. So make a new friend, smile, say hello. It can make such an impact.
Speaking out, smiling, saying hi to somebody. Greet these downtown ambassadors.
Yes.
These are unsung heroes.
Yes.
Working to make your time in downtown, whether you are an Austinite or a visitor, a much better experience.
And if I could add one thing about the event this year, we are going to be adding a new award. And this new award is for our Ambassador of the Year. So we're talking about all these projects and all these huge investments downtown, and they are going to make a huge impact. But let's think about the impact that these ambassadors have by power washing overnight, by cleaning graffiti off the murals, by picking up litter so you have a beautiful downtown experience. This ambassador has been working tirelessly for 12 years. I'm not going to announce his name yet. This one will be a surprise. But we are honoring the people who work every day to really be the foundation of our downtown, and we're so excited for that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And also, too, by the way, that sidewalk that I spoke about in front of the visitor center is being repaired, by the way. And many sidewalks. We have sidewalks which go back to the early 20th century that are in need of repair and that are being repaired.
Definitely.
Also. So, yes, to make your experience a more pleasant experience, as aesthetically as well as physically.
Right.
Your appearance, your experience. That's right. Pleasantly and tell your people about it. Yes.
Wonderful.
Aesthetically, yes. Tell your people about it. And also, to another shameless plug, the Austin Visitor Center, or ATX Visitor Center, at 103 East 5th Street, newly reopened in a historic building, the Phillips Building from 1897. A great source of information for finding out what there is to see and do in Austin. Also, to find out about, it's a great gift shop as well.
It's a beautiful gift shop, and it's a great coffee shop.
Yes, right.
Even a great place for locals to hang out.
Exactly. And also, to another place that I want to put a shout out to, the La Peña Gallery.
Yes.
La Peña Gallery. Mm-hmm. Yes. Those two sisters, Lydia and Cynthia, have been at it for 40 years.
Another cultural pillar.
That is a real treasure in downtown Austin, the La Peña Gallery, and that is at 227 Congress Avenue. Yeah.
Get your breakfast tacos.
Exactly. Your good Mexican coffee.
Yes.
If you guys are joining us late, the 2025 Future of Downtown event, Tuesday, May 27th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. That's ACL Live at the Moody Theater, 310 West Willie Nelson Boulevard. If you joined us late, this Future of Downtown event, presented by the Downtown Austin Alliance, is a vibrant celebration that brings together civic leaders, stakeholders, and community members to explore what's next for Austin's city center. Featuring insights from the State of Downtown report and an introduction to new CEO, Davon Barbour, we mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. The evening blends data-driven discussion with live music, art, and networking. It's an immersive experience that honors innovation, culture, and the people shaping downtown Austin's future. We had Vanessa Olson in with us today. Vanessa, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights at the Future of Downtown event. Your perspective, it adds depth and inspiration to the conversation about Austin's evolving city center. We're grateful for your time, leadership, and commitment to shaping a vibrant and inclusive downtown. And you woke up early to come in and do that with all of us. So thank you.
Thank you.